Can you hear it? The birds are out. Wait a second, I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to set my mileage app on my phone, so I had to turn that on so I know exactly how far I'm going. Hear the trails. It's a beautiful day. It's actually a little bit cool. I don't know what the temperature is, but it is a little cool out here. A little bit of a breeze. Gonna take a walk. Got my handy GoPro in case the mountain lions come and attack me. At least I can get my last moments of life on film. Always be filming. Got the, oh shit, didn't realize it, American flag on the weight vest. And still digging into the chest. So, oh well. Good morning from beautiful Plano, Texas. This over here. From the bridge. Got to make sure I'm following the guidelines that I outlined in the episode on my running techniques. Even though I've got a weight vest on, I've got my chest and my back like braced. Trying to keep, like I said, keep the hands one above the other to keep them aligned. Keep my head up as much as possible. I don't think I really have to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth as much because I'm walking. You beat me. You're here first. Good job. Keep it up. It's a lady who's here she's probably here more than I am, but every Saturday I see her out here walking. Always power walking. Good for her. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Birdhouse over there. Good times. So what's on tap for today? We'll talk about it. Good morning. Let's see, I got sunscreen in my beard. I'm not getting the salt and pepper beard that's sunscreen, although I do have some white in my beard. Getting older. But what's on tap? I'm trying to make this as quick and painless as possible. So I was actually talking, I think it was yesterday, with the mastermind group I'm a part of, Design for Life. Mr. Mark Jeffrey, Harmony Garcia, Mr. Rodney, Mr. Lee, Mr. Michael. I happened to mention this. I've actually got it on slate for a podcast episode. And that is, I see like I use the word a disconnect, that people will spend all this time, when I say people, I mean me too, spend all this time looking for the best deals for a car, for a computer, for a camera, for a house. You know, you go back and forth with the seller. You know, okay, you're gonna throw in an extra couple $1,000 to redo the floor or something like that, and no, you agreed on this asking price, blah 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 blah. And you do all this work and haggling to get the price where you want. And like I said, I'm guilty of it too. Maybe over 15 years ago or so, I wanted to lease a Honda Civic, and this is one of those Honda Civics that are the sport version, where it's got the spoiler, it's got the little bit more performance engine. It was like black, and it had like black and red leather inside, and I think it was it had like the nicer stereo in it. It was a really nice car, and it took me like a month going back and forth with those people to get the deal that I wanted. And but it's for another day. I only kept the car for like 3 days because they tried to screw me over. But oh well. But I guess my point is that we spend all this time negotiating these items, but yet when it comes to our health and the food that we eat, we look for the bargain basement deals, and we do no or very little like research on it. Easy way to explain it is, you want to get the best bang for your buck. When you get a house, you don't want to spend, you want to get a nice house, but you want to be within your price range. But we don't do that type of investigation with the food we eat. It's like, oh, I'm hungry, let me just go to the fast food place because it's convenient and it's cheap. And you wouldn't do that. I wouldn't think you would do that with your house. You wouldn't get like the cheapest material to build your house. You wouldn't get the cheap, I don't know, is linoleum, is that cheap? I mean, it looks cheap to me, but is that cheap? I don't know anything about building a house. But you get the cheap floors, the cheap appliances and everything, and it's like you get what you pay for. If it looks like crap, if it starts to crack or whatever, and you have to redo it, now you're spending more money. To me, it's like the same concept with like the food that you eat. If you get shit food, and the food is used by your body to repair itself, to power you through your day, to provide energy, what do you think's going to happen to you when you feed it shit fuel? And you could apply it to, like the house, buying a house. Going back to the example with, the haggling on a house. You're doing all this investigation. You want to make sure, okay, am I getting the best interest rate on it? Well, let me go to this lender and apply here, and let's keep looking and everything. My point is, we don't do that due diligence with the food that we eat. It's always, oh, this is convenient. It's at the store. It's on sale. It's the cheapest. Let me get lunch meat or whatever because it's cheap, even though it's crap. It's crap food. So this goes with all the investigation on the food that we eat, or the lack of, I should say. The investigation on like cars that we buy, food that. Hey, good morning, sir. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm all right. It's a beautiful day, but all the investigation with the houses that we buy. Hey, it's Michael. Oh, wave, sir. All the allergies you get me. All the investigation with the food that, I keep saying the same freaking thing. All the investigation with the house that we buy, the cars that we buy. But we don't take the same action with the food that we just eat whatever, without regard to what nutrition it has, how it's going to fuel and build our body. And I used an analogy in the mastermind group of car. You get a Ferrari, you're going to put like the highest octane, supreme octane gasoline in the car because you want it to run at its best. It is a finely tuned, masterpiece of of engineering. Well, our body is a masterpiece of engineering of millions and millions of years, more than that, of evolution. But yet, I said you pull into the fast food restaurants, we eat shit food, we eat dead food. I think is what Paul Chek calls it, dead food, where we cook meat until it's destroyed. We cook vegetables until they're just like wrinkled crap. You know, it's like there's nothing living in that food. You know, all the vitamins and minerals are gone. You destroyed it. Processed foods. You know. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, Michael. All is well. Here at the trails, early in the morning. Walking with my weight vest on to get a little bit of workout and get some load on the spine to help strengthen the spine up. It's a good day. Looking out for cougars as well. But yeah, it's just, I don't understand it. I don't know if it's an issue. I assume it's maybe an issue with addiction, because these, high fat, salty foods, and sugary foods, so they can all act as a drug, and it becomes addicting. Or maybe it's convenience. And it's difficult because, I have a 2-year-old, and it's difficult to give him, healthy foods, because it's so easy just to say, like yesterday, I bought some tortilla chips for him. It's easy to give him, quick foods and stuff. I try to limit his intake of it, just like I try to limit his intake of artificial sweeteners, as I talked about on the artificial sweeteners episodes. But I guess it is. I guess it would be a form of convenience. But if you just did some planning, then you could pre-prepare healthier foods that, instead of going and getting French fries or hamburger or whatever, and it would actually save you money, because you're not having to buy foods all the time. It's just, it goes back to the theme, one of the main themes of the show is personal responsibility. There's no better time than now to be proactive about your health, especially with everything going on in the world, the pandemic and everything, and how people who are already ill, have pre-existing conditions, are affected to a greater degree negatively by the virus. But yet, as I mentioned before, fast food restaurants are thriving. They're making a boatload of money, and they always have, but even more now that when a lot of the stuff was locked down, they're the only things open. Other than that, the big box stores. Well, that doesn't make sense if high blood pressure, hypertension, high blood sugar, if you have hyperglycemia or even pre-diabetes or diabetes, if it's more dangerous for you to get the virus, if you're in that condition, because diabetes destroys your blood vessels and everything, it can damage your organs. And why is takeout, the big thing now is, take out fast food. Should be encouraging people to, take this time, if they're locked in and they can only go to the grocery store, take this time to teach people how to make healthier meals at home and ultimately save them money, which is also important during this time because people were losing their jobs and everything, and being hit economically as well. But I guess it's easier just to say, go to the fast food place and do takeout. But it's not good on your body. Our bodies are not. Over millions of years, we've eaten food from the land. Food, animals that were caught and slaughtered, fruits growing on trees and everything. Our bodies aren't used to eating. It's only very recently, when compared to the span of time that we've been around, that we've been eating foods with preservatives and processed foods, high fructose corn syrup, crap like that. And it's like, our bodies don't know how to deal with that. And so it shows, and then the results is it shows up in form of diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, everything. Is not that high blood pressure or diabetes that didn't exist. They did back before processed foods, but I think it's being exacerbated. That could also be because there's more people on the planet now, so it's just more people, you're going to have more instances of it happening. But I don't think it's good. I definitely don't think it's good. I've heard this before years ago, and I think it's great. It's eat as close to the ground as you can. It means eat as few processed foods as you can. Hello again. Eat as few processed foods as you can. Or whether you eat, meat, whether you're vegetarian, whether you're vegan, whatever you prefer, try to eat as few processed foods. Because if you're a vegan diet can still eat absolute shit. In a vegan diet, you can still eat absolute shit. Alcohol is vegan. Highly processed and hydrogenated oils are vegan. Not good for your body, though. Going up another hill here. Candy, most candies are vegan. Donuts, assuming they're fried in vegetable oil, are vegan. But not good for you. So now I'm on the outer loop. There's where the train goes by. No train this week. I think I didn't time it right. The sun is just coming up now. You can see the sun coming up. That's pretty much it. I've jabbed my jaws for enough, so yeah, just look out for that. That's going to be an episode on the podcast. I'm going to go into more detail and give long-winded, superfluous, whatever adjectives I want to throw in there, examples, as I'm known to do. I do want to say, as I finish up here, that my website is back up, howardsblend.com, HOWARDSBLEND.com. I have to throw in a plug here. So I got the podcast is up there. I embed each episode of the pod. Well, not each, but like maybe the last 6 to 8 episodes are embedded on the podcast link, or the podcast page, I should say. So you can listen to it there, and then there's a link so you can listen to all the episodes. It just goes to my Libsyn page. Libsyn being the podcast host. Let's see. I have information. I put the label, the front of the label, as well as the supplement facts for the protein powder on the protein. It's just listed, I think, protein powder is the page name, I believe. So it has information there. So as soon as it's get it, then it'll be in the store. So I'll soon have once I get on, working on all the shipping price details now and getting the sales tax and stuff set up, which isn't too difficult, but I gotta figure that out. Once I get that set up, then I'll put up the t-shirts for the supplement company. It's just the logo, and it's on I think it's a gray and then a white t-shirt. There is black, but I'll have to change the design because you can't see it because the design kind of has black letters on it. So, but I'll have that up there. There's a blog. I have one blog right now, but I'll put more. And then there's also a donation page. So any of y'all that want to donate whatever you can, if you can't donate anything, no worries. But it's just an option there to donate to help to if I ever want to upgrade any gear, which I'm not looking to upgrade any gear right now. The podcasting gear I have works just fine. But if I ever want to, or ever you say, okay, let's take it to the next level. We've gone this far, it's time to step it up a bit. And it'll also help in terms of, evolving the product, the supplement. It's never, there's always room for improvement. There's things you can do to make it better. It's just that constant cycle of constant improvement. Speaking of which, I mentioned taxes. That is going to be the next episode of the podcast. It's talking all about sales tax. I mentioned it before on podcast episodes. I'll be talking about sales tax. So it'll be fun to anybody that is thinking about starting a business, has a business, or doesn't have a business. They're not really interested in having a business, but they want to learn a little bit more about sales tax. I'll be recording that this weekend to be released. Well, it's slated to be released next week. So that's it. That's pretty much it. I don't got nothing else. Everybody out there listening is asleep right now because I'm boring. Alright, Howard out from the trails. Show you the sun one last time. Take care, y'all.